Hello and welcome to Spectrum TV News at 2. I am Francis Adet, coming to you live from Uyo, the capital city of Akwa Ibom State. We'll take a look at the headlines. Supreme Court orders all 200 naira, 500 naira and 1000 naira notes to remain in circulation till December 31st. INEC says supplementary elections to hold after governorship poll. Plus, Alex Modak faces sentencing today for killing his wife and son. We will bring you details of these stories and more in a moment. Many thanks for staying with us. The first report this afternoon is from the judiciary, where the Supreme Court has ordered that all 200 naira, 500 naira and 1000 naira notes remain in circulation till December 31st, 2023. The Apex Bank also nullified the federal government's naira redesign policy, declaring it as an affront to the 1999 Constitution. Justice Emmanuel Ajim, who read the lead judgment, said the preliminary objections by the defendants, the Attorney General of the Federation, Bayelsa, and the Edo states are dismissed as the court has the jurisdiction to entertain the suit. The court further disclosed that President Muhammadu Buhari in his broadcast admitted that the policy is flawed with a lot of challenges. The Supreme Court noted that the policy has led to some people engaging in trade by barter in a bid to survive. Away from that, the Nigeria's leader, President Muhammadu Buhari, has inaugurated the Maiduguri Emergency Power Project, describing the feat as another testament towards achieving a stable, uninterrupted power supply aimed at improving the economy and lives of Nigerians. The gas plant was constructed by the Nigerian National Petroleum Company Limited, NNPC Ltd, to supply 50 megawatts of electricity to Maiduguri and its environs. According to a statement by the presidential spokesperson Garba Shehu, the president said his administration has worked hard to fulfill the premise of tackling the nation's electricity challenges and has succeeded in laying the foundation for a strong, prosperous country through the Economic Recovery and Growth Plan (ERGP). He noted that a key execution priority of the ERGP is ensuring national energy sufficiency for Nigerians. Meanwhile, the president has also visited the popular Mandi market in Maiduguri, Borno State, where fire reportedly gutted over 13,000 shops and destroyed goods worth billions of naira last Sunday. According to a statement by Senior Special Assistant at Media and Publicity, Garba Shehu, Buhari visited the market along with Governor Babagana Zulum of Borno State, Vice President-elect Kashim Shettima, members of the Federal Executive Council, and some eminent citizens of the state. On her part, the Minister of Humanitarian Affairs, Disaster Management and Social Development, Sadiya Farouk, told the president she was still assessing the level of damage. Meanwhile, the state governor Zulum said the market was built in the 1970s, adding that government had provided an immediate support of $1 billion to the victims.
I am here mainly, as His Highness mentioned, to come and cooperate with you on the fire on the market.
Worked hand in hand with Borno State government to recover, but unfortunately, there's nothing to recover. An assessment is ongoing, Your Excellency. We have provided relief support in terms of food items, and I have directed that the assessment should continue, and we are going to also support with building materials in collaboration with the state government.
In addition to this, one Borno state government has provided the immediate humanitarian support of 1 billion naira. Even the 1 billion naira, if they can share even 50,000, I don't think it can opt to do something.
On electoral matters, the Independent National Electoral Commission (INEC) has said that supplementary elections will be fixed after the governorship and state houses of assembly elections. This was made known in a statement signed by the National Commissioner and Chairman, Information and Voter Education Committee (INEC), Festus Okoye. Okoye said the Commission is aware that in some senatorial districts and federal constituencies, declarations and returns were not made. According to him, the Commission is compiling the list of the affected constituencies in which a date for supplementary elections will be fixed after the governorship and state assembly elections. He gave the assurance that the governorship and state assembly elections will hold on March 11 alongside the postponed elections in Enugu and Edo State. Meanwhile, 6 states, namely Adamawa, Akwa Ibom, Bayelsa, Delta, Edo, and Sokoto, have dragged the federal government before the Supreme Court over the conduct, collation, and announcement of the February 25, 2023 presidential and National Assembly elections result. The state wants the Supreme Court to declare that the pronouncement of Bola Tinubu, the candidate of the All Progressives Congress, APC, as the winner of the February 25 presidential election be voided by the court. Reports say they argue that the entire result of the presidential election announced by the chairman of INEC at the National Coalition Center Abuja is in flagrant violation of the provisions of the Electoral Act. According to them, they want a declaration that the non-uploading of the result of each of the 176,974 polling units nationwide in respect of the presidential election and National Assembly elections were not in accordance with the provisions of the Electoral Act. In the meantime, the People's Democratic Party and the Labour Party presidential count materials used during last Saturday's presidential polls. Recall that Obi and Atiku had refused to concede defeat in the February 25 presidential election, vying to recover their mandate in court. The two candidates rebuffed the gesture of consolation made by the president-elect Bola Tinubu, who in his acceptance speech after he was declared the winner of the poll on Wednesday asked them to support him in the task of building the nation. Atiku and Obi at separate news conferences in Abuja noted that the election in which Tinubu was declared victorious was controversial and programmed to deliver predetermined results.
And conduct themselves in most responsible manner. And I assure you that good people of Nigeria that will explore all legal and peaceful action to reclaim our mandate.
The conclusion, the processes and outcome of the presidential and National Assembly election of last Saturday was grossly flawed in every material particular, and as such must be challenged by all of us.
In a separate development, the Niger Delta Development Commission (NDDC) has inaugurated a 16-member budget committee to prepare its 2024 budget through engagements with stakeholders. Addressing members of the committee, first identify the vision of the Commission as an interventionist urgency in order to prioritize the allocation of available resources. Obuku said that the 2024 NDDC budget should strike a balance in funding new projects, ongoing projects, as well as debt financing in order to get the buy-in of stakeholders. In another development, the Lagos state government says Adeniran Whitney died from asphyxia and electrocution. The Attorney General and Commissioner for Justice Moyosore Onibanjo, in a statement, said an autopsy issued by the Lagos State University Teaching Hospital has revealed the cause of her death to be asphyxia and electrocution. Meanwhile, the Directorate of Public Prosecution has been instructed to immediately issue legal advice on the matter. Recall that Whitney, a pupil of Graceland School in the Opobi-Ikeja area of Lagos, died some weeks back, with the cause of her demise uncertain. We move now to Africa, where the United States is offering a reward of $5 million for information that will help capture the leader of a rebel group in the east of the Democratic Republic of Congo, which has ties to the Islamic State group. The U.S. State Department said under the command of Seka Bakluku, the Allied Democratic Forces ADF had killed, maimed, raped, and abducted civilians, including children. Meanwhile, the ADF leader is reportedly from Uganda, where the group first carried out attacks in the 1990s. Recall that in 2021, the U.S. labeled the Democratic Forces a terrorist organization. Meanwhile, top U.S. commander in Africa has downplayed the recent joint naval exercise by Russia, China, and South Africa in the Indian Ocean. General Michael Langley said America offered much more valuable security partnerships to African countries, but would not force them to pick nations to cooperate militarily with. Lashley described the joint naval exercise as power projection by Russia and China. Meanwhile, South Africa sent more than 400 troops to the exercise, while Russia sent a battleship armed with hypersonic missiles. The general warned of the growing involvement of Russian winged group in conflicts across Africa, saying they were a destabilizing force. On the foreign scene, Alex Moda, an attorney whose dynastic family had significant legal reach in parts of South Carolina's Low Country for decades, faces sentencing today after he was found guilty of murdering his wife and 32-year-old son. The chief judge, jurors, after listening to witnesses for more than a month, took less than 3 hours to convict Moda of 2 counts of murder in the June 2021 killings, as well as 2 counts of possession of a weapon during the commission of a violent crime. Recall that Moda's wife, Maggie, and younger son, Paul, were found fatally shot on their family's Islandton property on June 7, 2021.
It's a common sense case. And you didn't leave that common sense with you when you came here 6 weeks ago.
The financial day of reckoning was impending. If it was right there, Alec would not have killed the people he loved the most in the world. There's no evidence that he would do that.
Today's verdict proves that no one, no matter who you are in society, is above the law.
Has been sentenced to 27 years under house arrest for treason. Sirka, the former leader of the now-dissolved Cambodian National Rescue Party, has also been barred from standing or voting in elections. According to reports, he was accused of conspiring with foreign powers to overthrow Prime Minister Hun Sen's government. And still to come in the news, Flying Eagles qualify for Under-20 African World Cup. To stay with us.
is the only one allowed by grossly abused. Our governors have to share police powers with the president as stipulated by the Constitution. We do not have a federal government police force. We have the Nigeria Police Force, which shall be administered, organized, and supervised by the Nigerian police.
Examination. My Lord, if we cannot find those who literally murdered Abiola, who are those people who could be said to be the beneficiaries of the death of Abiola?
Rogers has linked you with some of the killings he did.
He never did.
He linked you with the attempted murder of Hebrew.
He did not.
My Lord, the Matters Council is leading the evidence in our matters.
Is this an adversary proceeding?
It's not, my Lord, but we can't be talking about cases which are in court, my Lord.
Is this an adversary proceeding?
It's not, my Lord. These cases are in court, my Lord. I'm just reminding your Lordship.
My Lord, sorry, my Lord, I think I'll be in cross-examination.
Legally Speaking, a program that deals with legal issues and questions we face as citizens of this amazing country, Nigeria. Legally Speaking. Join us every
Friday from 5 p.m. to 6 p.m.
for Legally Speaking.
Many thanks for staying with us. We move on to the rest of the news stories. In business, the National Bureau of Statistics data have shown that the average domestic airfare paid by the passengers has increased by 94.78% in the past 12 months. The development came amid reports of various challenges facing the local aviation industry. In a new report titled Transport Fare Watch January 2023, the NBS said airfares recorded a 0.16% increase when gauged on a month-on-month basis. According to the statistics, local airfares rose from an average of 74,586 in December 2022 to 74,702 in January 2023. Meanwhile, the United Nations Economic Commission for Africa, UNECA, says e-commerce in Africa is projected to grow by 50% by 2025. This was disclosed by the Acting Executive Secretary, UNECA, Antonio Pedro, at the opening of the 9th session of the Africa Regional Forum on Sustainable Development in Niamey, Niger. He explained that investing in capacity building would be critical to delivering on the growth of e-commerce in the continent. According to the Acting Executive Secretary, a large-scale infrastructure investment must be accompanied by viable policies and strategies, both nationally and regionally, adding that Africa's accelerated transformation will also be fueled by digital technologies. We move to health, where some stakeholders in the health sector have advocated for the establishment of a Health Development Bank of Nigeria to assist in solving the sector's financial challenge. The stakeholders, which comprises 7 state commissioners of health and the state executive secretaries of primary healthcare development agencies and the Federal Capital Territory, made the call in Abuja. The call was made at the stakeholders' planning and review meeting of health system, strengthening and access to right of health in Nigeria, organized by Center for Social Justice, CSJ. The lead director, CSJ, Eze Onyekwere, said that the specialized bank was needed to help finance most of the capital projects usually associated with the health sector, noting that most of the equipment and other technological devices used in the health sector were capital intensive. Still in health, the World Health Organization Regional Director for Africa, Dr. Matshidiso Moti, has said that an estimated 135 million people have ear and hearing problems in Africa. Moti also said the numbers are rising, and at the current rate, it is likely that by 2050, there could be over 338 million people affected by ear and hearing issues in Africa. She made this known in a press statement to commemorate the 2023 World Hearing Day. Meanwhile, World Hearing Day is celebrated every March 3rd to raise awareness of deafness and hearing loss prevention and promote ear and hearing care worldwide. This year's theme is Ear and Hearing Care for All. Let's make it a reality. In sports, Nigeria's under-20 national team, the Flying Eagles, beat Uganda 1-0 in the quarter-final of the ongoing under-20 AFCON in Egypt to book a place in the semi-final of the competition and also qualified for the 2023 FIFA World Cup. The World Cup will take place in Indonesia between May 20th and June 11th. An own goal from Uganda defender Ibrahim Juma before the end of the first half saw the Laden Boso-led side emerge winners in a keenly contested tie at the 22,000 capacity Suez Canal Authority Stadium in Ismailia, Egypt. Having recovered from their opening match loss to Senegal, the London Boso-led boys were condemned to win against the Hippos of Uganda, who came into the fixture unbeaten. However, the Flying Eagles took control of the game from the kickoff and had a larger possession of the ball and almost opened the scoring just 3 minutes into the encounter. Still in sports, Eder Militao's own goal headed Barcelona 1-0 away victory over Real Madrid in the stormy Copa del Rey semi-final first leg. The Capitalians arrived on the back of 2 consecutive defeats and without an injured trio of key players, top scorer Robert Lewandowski, key midfielder Pedri, and explosive winger Ousmane Dembele after their Europa League elimination by Manchester United last week and a first ever loss against La Liga minus Almeria. Madrid fans expected a win but left bitterly. Meanwhile, Militao deflected a rebound into his own goal after 26 minutes to split the teams and hand Barcelona the edge ahead of the second leg on April 5 at Camp Nou. We move to entertainment, where Bollywood actor Ashad Wasi and the YouTube influencer Manish Mishra are among dozens who have been banned from participating in India's share market. The market regulates artificially inflate values of certain shares. According to the regulator, the video shared false and misleading information about share line broadcast and Sadhana broadcast, encouraging investors to buy their shares. Still on entertainment, Nigerian singer and songwriter Loje has finally released his long-anticipated project, the Gangster Romantic EP. The electric EP, produced by Anthony Egu, is a valuable insight into the heart and mind of the rapidly rising Nigerian star, touching on a range of emotive subjects from romance to conflict through a breadth of sounds and influences. The Gangster Romantic, which was released today, is a solo run across 7 tracks, assisted by the South African kings of Amapiano, DJ Mamforisa and Kabza the Small, on the previously released 3rd track, Canada. And that's all we have for you at this time. To ensure to follow us on social media and subscribe to our YouTube channel, all of which you can find on our website, spectrumtv.ng. You've been watching Spectrum TV News at 2. I am Francis Edit. Many thanks for watching and have a great day.